this is Overboy, and I'm going to be doing my review for the 2003 movie Wolf Creek. The movie is written and directed by Greg McLean, and follows a group of three backpackers named Liz, Christy, and Ben, who are going to see the crater in Wolf Creek National Park and everything, and their car breaks down and everything, and they're kind of stuck, and they meet this guy named Mick Taylor who offers to help them and everything, and he gives them a drink, gives them each a bottle of water, and they all pass out, and pretty much when they wake up, he's keeping them hostage at a little campsite that he lives at and torturing them and everything. This is a really interesting movie. I had never seen this one before. I had heard a lot about it and everything, but I had never seen it, and I thought this was pretty decent. The cast in this are all really good. Cassandra McGrath plays Liz, and I think she does a pretty good job, and Kirstie Morasi plays Christy, and she's good too. Nathan Phillips plays Ben, and he's good, but he's not in this movie a lot. He's for the first 30 minutes or so, he's in it quite a bit, and then they show him again at the end of it, but really that's all they really show of him. And John Jarratt plays Mick Taylor, and he's the standout of the movie. He's a really, really crazy character and everything, and he does a really good job playing the character and everything. He's he kind of reminded me of the dad in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remakes. The character R. Lee Ermey played. He reminded me of him kind of, except this guy's Australian and everything, because they're of course in Australia. And he has something against Liz and Christy because they're British and everything. They're visiting Australia. They're like tourists and everything. He doesn't like them because of that, because they're not from Australia. But this is, like I said, the movie is interesting. It starts off really slow, though, the first 30 minutes of it or so, until Mick Taylor comes into the picture. I think that the movie is kind of or not, I wouldn't say disappointment, it's just kind of slow and everything. It's kind of slow paced for the first 30 minutes, and then once it gets going, though, it goes by pretty quickly, and everything. The second and third acts are both really pretty good in here and everything. I like there's this scene where Mick is torturing one of the girls. I'm not exactly sure which one it is. I can't remember their name, or which one's which, to be honest. But he's torturing her and everything, and it looks like he's fixing to sexually assault her, and it's just a really brutal scene and everything. And there's a scene where the other one's trying to steal a car out of his garage and everything, and he uses this knife and cuts her fingers off. It's really brutal. It was really, really, really disturbing, but it was also kind of cool at the same time and everything. And then there was this scene when Ben is he's nailed to this wall in a crucifix type way and everything, and he's having to pull his arms through the nails or the nails through his arms, to get up. It's really it's really, really brutal and everything. Just a really nasty scene, but it's intense and everything, and you can feel his pain, if that makes sense. It's kind of hard to watch and everything, but it's still pretty cool, though. We've got some pretty good kills in here, and there's a scene when one of the girls is about to get away and everything. Is on the cover of the case. She's finally made it to a road and everything, and she gets, this old guy stops and is about to get her help. He was getting something out of the trunk, and Mick uses a sniper rifle and shoots him and everything, and you see the blood going on the back of the car, and then you see the aftermath of it, and it's like really the way they did that was like really brutal and stuff too. And I love the cinematography in this movie. It has some absolutely beautiful cinematography and shots of the Australian outback and stuff like that. It's just really beautiful cinematography and everything. I think that Frank Tedez, I probably butchered his name. I think his score is pretty good. I don't think it's one of the best horror movie scores, but I did think it was pretty good and everything. And like I said, this is a pretty good movie. I think it could have been a little bit better and everything, but I thought it was still a lot of fun and everything. And I want to see the second one. I haven't seen it yet. I'll probably see it sometime before too long. But yeah, I did enjoy this movie and everything. And this was for my day 9 of my 31 Days of Horrors and everything. Let me know in the comments what you think of Wolf Creek, because I had just seen it for the first time. I know some people didn't like it. I know at least a couple of people who didn't really care for it, and I can understand it does have a really, really slow start and everything, and by the time everything gets going, it kind of feels rushed a little bit. That's one thing I didn't like about it, is once everything got going, it seemed to go by a little too fast and everything. But I think it was a decent movie and everything. I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10 and everything, mainly just because of it probably would have gotten an 8 if it weren't for the first 30 minutes of the movie being so slow. But let me know in the comments what you think of this movie, because I'm curious about that. And if you've seen Wolf Creek 2, let me know what you think of that movie, if you think it's worth getting, because I haven't seen it yet. I've thought about going and getting it sometime, but let me know what you think about that, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.